Okay, hi. So my plan for today was to record a whole day of like my Sunday routine and everything, but I did my Sunday routine early, I guess. I'm just too good, you know? It's Sunday, so only thing I have left to do is laundry today, so I'm like, that's too boring to film. So instead, I'm just gonna talk and we'll just talk about life and stuff, and we'll see how this goes. I did a poll on what you guys wanted to see, and most people said lifestyle type of things, which I'm really surprised by, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's experiment. I feel like I only do beauty videos and fragrance content, so we'll try something different. I wrote down a few things that I wanted to talk about just because recently in my life, I feel like I've had so many life lessons in past couple of years of my life, especially just even in the last year, and I feel like the growth in my life has been so much in the past year that we should just talk about it, you know? Also, I've had like such a weird week. I've had so many crazy things happen to me, like accidents and stuff. So I ripped off 2 of my nails. I mean, that's not too crazy, but that did hurt for sure. So I'm getting these redone on Tuesday. And my makeup looks crazy right now, but that's okay. This is kind of why I wanted to talk about this. But today I went to brunch with a couple friends, and I actually do this thing where like maybe once a month, once every few months, I have like a girl brunch, basically. I call it girl brunch or a dress brunch, and like everyone's required to dress up and wear cute outfits, and then we just talk about whatever, you know? And it's girls only allowed. Sometimes we have a special guest, and sometimes a special guest is a guy, and they're allowed to have a guest appearance in girl brunch, but if they don't pass the vibe check, they're out, and that's definitely happened a few times. So it's strict, you know? It's strict. We have to be careful with who we let into our brunch. But like seriously, girl brunch just started with me and a few friends, and I was like, okay, I want to introduce you to this person and this person and this person. So I started just getting all these girls together and connecting everyone, and it's ended up being like the best time. I think I realized the importance of female friendship this year. Last 2 years, I think I've talked about this before, but seriously, if you don't already as a girl in your 20s have female friendships, you need them, because it's insane how much just having a network of girls who are going through the same experience as you, especially like some your age, some a little younger to mentor, some a little older to get mentorship from, is great. Like that is what I wish I could have told myself like 5 years ago, 6 years ago to start doing, because I didn't even really think about how much your friendships could affect your life. But for me, it's been life-changing. I don't know, maybe that's just something people have experienced, like they just naturally have great friendships to grow up with. But I also feel like it's very common too to not have friends as an adult or not have close friends. And I was actually out with some friends, different friends, last night, and we talked about this, where it's so hard to make friends as an adult, and we were like all trying to think about, do we have friends we've made as an adult? I wish I could tell myself to try to find friendships earlier, or like at least not even really make friends, like yes, make friends, but also evaluate the friendships I currently have, because you guys, there are some haters out there. That's another thing. I think I have a secret hater friend, okay? And let me explain why, and then you guys let me know. So I have this friend who, she's a little crazy, okay? Everyone, you know, has their weird things about them. But this girl has, like, she's one of those like one-uppers, you know what I'm saying? Like people who have to one-up everything you're saying. Or sometimes she'll get in a mood where she has to be is that called a contrarian? When you like, whatever your opinion is at the moment is the opposite of whoever's talking to you. That's her. Okay, my camera battery died. Sorry about that. But I think secret haters are a real thing, because I have this friend too, or friend, I don't know, but she's like a good friend in a lot of ways, but there's some things where you just know there's something weird there. I'll just tell you a few stories about this person, and then you guys tell me what you think. But her and I, we were going swimming or something like that. This is like last year, and I went to change in her bathroom and came out in my swimsuit, and she was like just like sitting there talking, and she was like, do you ever get insecure? And I was like, kind of weird timing with me being in the swimsuit, but okay. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, about what? And she was like, I don't know, just like insecure about like having wide shoulders and stuff, and I was like, having wide shoulders, like I don't know, isn't that kind of weird, like saying that as soon as I come out in a swimsuit, you know, like just weird, right? Like stuff like that. Or she has an issue with one-upping me. So like, okay, these are like small incidents that happen in like a whole 2-year friendship, okay? This is not like, they're small, but they add up, you know? And like reflecting on friendships in my life, I'm like, okay, is this actually adding value to my life? Another time I was talking about like how I drove on the wrong side of the road. I know that's crazy, don't do that, but I turned on a street and it was a one-way and I was going the wrong way, so I had to like turn around, and I told that story or whatever like to our group of friends, and she was like, well, I've driven on the wrong side of the road 4 times, and I was like, you're so cool, that's so crazy, like you really beat me there. What is that about? Anyways, I don't know, like I'm going on a whole rant, but basically karma will get people. You don't have to get people yourself, like karma just gets them naturally. I don't know, what am I saying here? I'm saying watch out for secret haters. There's haters out there, you guys, and I feel like I don't think anyone's gonna get by without having a hater in their life at some point. Maybe, I don't know. But back to like my good friendships, just the most important thing is having this network of girls built up. No one truly gets this experience that you're going through other than another girl. So the next thing that I've started doing in my 20s that I just want to tell everyone who's not doing in their 20s to do is become financially literate. Like having financial skills in like even before your 20s, like that is going to get you so far. Not having to ever depend on anyone for finances, like just knowing and understanding, being smart about money is like, it is a very valuable skill and you can't unlearn it. So it's like the better, the faster, the more you learn, the better. Recently I've been like more into reading and talking to people about what they do, or like learning how to make money or save money better and things like that. So I definitely love to shop, like you guys know, but also at the same time I want to work on being more financially literate, and I feel like that's what I've been doing. So a part of my Sunday routine recently is taking this little book. I have a Notion finance planner and I love Notion, but it's just a little bit too tedious for me sometimes and I don't always follow through. So having like a physical notebook is just better sometimes. Physical planning, like sometimes it's just nothing's better, but I do love my Notion and my Google Calendar. I've started writing down like every single thing I spend in 1 week. So each page is 1 week, so Sunday to Saturday, and I write down everything I spent, and I highlight stuff that like I've already pre-planned, so like groceries, gas, utilities, rent, whatever. That stuff's highlighted and I don't account for that in my my budgeting, because like obviously I have to pay for that. And then whatever's left over, if I did well on my savings goal that week, I get to transfer on Sunday money into my savings account. And that's what I've been doing. I know that's like so simple and like basic finance 101, but like even my friend who's 30 is like, wow, I need to get into doing that, saving more. I have so many finance books that I've read in the past that like at the time I didn't fully understand, but now that I'm like working and stuff, I'm like able to have context. So I'm like, oh yeah, like that makes sense, you know? Basically having good quality female friendships, being financially literate, life-changing in your 20s, okay? The next thing I wrote down, or just I've been thinking about recently, is like going to therapy and unlearning bad habits that we learn growing up, because unfortunately, or it could be fortunately, a lot of who we are now is formed very early on in childhood, and I learned that honestly through therapy. I have not been going to therapy recently, but I was last year, and my therapy like that I had started going to was mainly focused on like boundaries and things like that, because as a child growing up, I could not set boundaries for survival. I had to keep peace for survival. Like if I wanted to literally live, I had to do whatever I could to keep the peace in my household. And so because of that, I've just become like a very, like, I'm so much of a people pleaser. I can't set boundaries. I mean, I used to be like that. I'm better now, but I really struggle with that. I just want to make everyone happy. I tend to just always want to make people happy. Like I'll do whatever I can for people to not be mad at me. Yeah, so obviously that is carried into my adult life, and I finally decided to do something about it and go to therapy, and it's literally been life-changing. Like people in my life have noticed. Like my friend today was complimenting me at brunch. Actually, she was like, in the years that I've known you, you've grown so much with boundaries and prioritizing yourself and building up your life. Like it's just, she's like, I'm so proud of you and so impressed. Something I needed to hear and I heard in therapy was that it's okay to set boundaries, and that's okay. Like you can do that. Like that's the thing. Like for some reason I needed someone to tell me that that's okay to do, and it's your life, and that's what you need to do. And like I just needed someone to tell me that it's okay to do that, and that it's my life, and I get to decide what happens in my own life. Like for some reason, I mean, I still struggle, but like I was struggling a lot more with just like going with the flow, letting people tell me what to do. For every like hard thing I've had to go through because of setting boundaries, or relationships I've had to lose, the outcome has been so much more positive than negative, really, even if there's a period of like hardship afterwards. Like cutting people out who are not good for you, or it can be as small as like having a better work-life balance. Like that was one of the first things I actually started setting boundaries with, was my work. Setting boundaries in relationships, like with my parents, my family, my friends, relationships. I always felt like I had to explain why I didn't want to do something. And actually saying no is a complete sentence. Like you can say, no, I'm not doing that, and that's it. Like, nope, sorry, you know, thank you, but no. Like life-changing. It's 7:30, I have to go, I have dinner plans. Yeah, those are just things I've been thinking about recently. I don't know if I articulated everything I wanted to say super well, or as well as I wanted to say it. I have way more thoughts on these topics, so I can definitely talk more about them, but that's just what's going on. That's my life. I'm sorry there's no Sunday vlog. But yeah, this is just real life. That's what I've been wanting to talk about recently. Let me know if you like this style of video, because I can definitely do that more. I have so many thoughts. Also, if you just want beauty content, I understand, because sometimes hearing about people's lives is boring. If you made it this far, that's really super nice of you, honestly. Have a lovely day, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.